Hey, everybody, don't get anxious, get prepared. Welcome to the replay. This is your career engineer. Thank you for tuning in with us on TCE Live Mondays. We're broadcasting like everywhere. I mean, our Twitter, our YouTube, of course, our Facebook, maybe, and of course, right here, wherever you're watching from. So if you're not subscribing to our content, do so. I'm live with you 12 noon on Mondays on these stations and channels. So I thank you for being a part of it. Look, today we're going to get into this really cool, had this conversation. And as you guys know, it's a job seekers market. So we definitely want to share things with you now, like 1 year later after COVID, that has flip-flopped, changed some things. So you want to make sure we're empowering you to be able to get that job or that career opportunity or that business opportunity that you want, because you're in control more now than ever. So this is the time to get your move on and do what you need to do. Right now, make sure, of course, that you find us everywhere. The ticker below will give you all the places and spaces that we hang out here in the social universe. Okay. So today, what we're talking about again is the best and worst states for jobs. And this is just really cool. There was a link that came out. I think I'm going to put the link in here, but if not, I will definitely put in the comment if I didn't put it in my presentation. But I also, if you get our newsletter, okay, tcenow.com, our newsletter, I actually talked about and gave the list for that as well there. So the best and worst states for jobs is pretty incredible. So I definitely want to get into it and share with you some things to know about this. So, and of course, when we're live in these platforms and all of our platforms, I welcome your engagement. I welcome your comments. I welcome your feedback. And you can ask me anything while we're together for this 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, because we try to keep these kind of short and sweet because it is Monday and you all got to get out there and make it happen. So let's get into it. So what is some of the best and worst states for jobs? And some of this might be surprising because even your career engineer was surprised for a bit. So I'm going to give you the top rundown a little bit. I'm going to also get some ad lib on a few things, but how interesting. I'm just going to say this. And no judgment. So if you're watching and you live in one of these states, I support you. I applaud you, but I am a little shocked. South Dakota, number one. I mean, hey, but what are y'all doing in South Dakota? It's all good. I mean, out of the 50 states, but there's a number of reasons why the rankings are the way they are. So let me just hit you up with the first five, as you see here. Number one, South Dakota. Number two, Nebraska. What are y'all doing out there, right? Number three is Washington State. Number four, New Hampshire. I'm a New England girl, so my sister state in New Hampshire. And number five, Utah. This is overall rankings in the top five. So when this report came out, there were several factors that went into deciding who was going to win and how does this work. And their economic factors and their job market is like a 60-40 scoring. I'm going to share some details with it. But these are the folks that rocked in the top five. So if you're living in one of these states, you're in a good place to be overall. If you're not living in the state, I'm not telling you to move. I'm just letting you know what the report says, because there's more to the data than just the overall winner. So let me flip it to the other side of the house. So who are the worst places for jobs, who are not attracting great jobs? I'm just saying, guys, don't get mad at me, get mad at the research. So the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I'm just saying, Hawaii. Oh, what a wonderful, beautiful place to visit. But I guess you don't want to live or work there, okay? But they came in number 46. LA, meaning Louisiana, not LA, is 47. Pennsylvania, come on. Philly, Pittsburgh, what in the world? But hey, they came in at 48. West Virginia, okay, 49, not making any editorial comment there. And Kentucky is the worst state for jobs, attracting jobs right now. So if you're living there, just be aware that that's what's happening. Again, overall, we're going to tell you what the factors are. But if you're thinking, I'm just saying, y'all, now if y'all got a good job in Kentucky, keep that good job, because there's not a whole lot of other ones coming your way. And we're going to get into why that is. So here's how the researchers came up with their way of ranking these overall with all 50. So there's lots of different things that came into the mix. One was, of course, with job market was 60 point. How is the market? Okay, and so this was 60 points of the weight. So, of course, actual employment opportunities, like what jobs are hiring now, not last year, not 6 months ago, like what's in the time that they were putting this together, who's hiring now. The growth of employment. Okay, this year you had 10 people. Now maybe this year you're hiring 50. That all matters. There's some significant growth. So they're looking at that too. Outlook, job security. Okay, it's particularly in these last 15 months, right? The word job security is such a big word. Okay, so what does that really mean? But what companies had some policies or mandates in place to help protect, job security? Got to look at the unemployment numbers. Now, we understand the whole world was in shock a year ago, March, April, our unemployment numbers were what they were. But this research actually looked at unemployment and underemployment, which was also an interesting take as well. And I have another piece. Let me see if I can find, y'all can tell I'm looking at my other screen, right? I've got all kinds of screens here. So I want to look at this screen here because we have some other things that went into place. I'm going to make sure that I hit for you so I can make sure I don't miss it. And this is what happens. So like, yeah, you're doing a live video. Be careful of moving all your screens everywhere. My screen isn't moving now, but it's okay. We're going to fix this. Live TV, right? Here we go. There we go. I'm good. So yeah. So also I want to hit with those. It was 35 key indicators for this too. So it's more than just, oh, someone's hiring or I like this state. So here's the other part that they also looked at, which I think is just as important as job growth, economic factors. Okay. And here's some interesting things here that stood out for me. The median income in those states. So even though, let's say South Dakota was number one, they're not the number one for the highest median income. So you've got to decide which is the most important for you. Like, which thing is it? So for some of us, we want to make more money. So you might go to the state that ranked high in that capacity, or just be looking at opportunities in that state. They also looked at state income tax burden. I mean, we're hearing a whole lot about Texas and Florida getting a nice migration of companies coming there. Some is because of very flexible or very business friendly policies. But those two states, I know Florida doesn't have an state income tax. I don't think Texas does either. But that might be a factor. Some of the other states, like my state, we do have an income tax. So the burden of state income tax was also a factor. COVID tests. Yeah, go figure. Okay. The number of positive COVID death rate also went into this, who's the best place to work and who's the worst place to work. So, and of course, they looked at even working mom and dads, right? Who's working? Like, are they, like, how many folk are working and not working? So lots of different things went into this score for that overall. And I think that was really cool. So with that being said, okay, your career engineer is going to tell you, now that you see all the other factors involved, let's break down some winners who may not were overall winners, but they won in certain categories. All right. So here's one I think is very important. My state, number one, ranked, Virginia ranked number one in highest median income. So even though they're 16 overall, and with all those factors I just talked about, they're number one with getting the highest pay. So if you're in Virginia, you got a chance, right? If you're in Virginia, I'm just saying, you're maybe it's not South Dakota number one, but it's the best one for getting the most money. So I feel good about that, and what a surprise! I was happy to see it. But a number again, they were not so great. They were second to last overall, and they're 50 for the lowest income. So to my West Virginia people, what can I say? I mean, you're not doing so great right now, but hey, data is power, right? To be self-aware is to be alive. So I'm just sharing the facts here. So this is what's up. Let's see. How about looking at some winners in other areas? Like I said, Nebraska and Utah were great in top 5, but look at them. They tied number 1. Both of them tied with the lowest unemployment rate. So Nebraska, Utah, and I know something's happening in Nebraska. I got some colleagues I know that are going to Nebraska. So there's something happening out there in the Omaha state, right? So, but they tied for lowest unemployment. So that's pretty cool. But the highest unemployment, again, Hawaii, how you're breaking my heart. Beautiful space. Not great for jobs, and they have the highest unemployment. Because just think about it for a minute. It is an island. It's beautiful, but it's hard to, where are you going to go, right? I'm just saying, where are you going to go? So, but yeah, so how interesting Hawaii did that. But again, job satisfaction. And, we have a lot of people who are not happy at work. They're stressed out at work. That's why the big shift is happening now. But if you want serious job satisfaction, Idaho is the place for you. They are crushing it in Idaho with a bunch of happy, satisfied workers. And that's wonderful. I'm just saying, Idaho is the place if you want to be satisfied. And ain't nothing wrong with that. However, Delaware just ain't looking so hot when it comes to job satisfaction. I mean, little old Delaware. I mean, it ranked high for something else I ranked it in not too long ago, but folks seem to be unhappily working in Delaware. Making no political comments here. Hey, the guy from Delaware might wonder what's going on. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. So that's a list of your best and the worst jobs. Again, I mean, where did I get this from? I'm going to find the link. I think it was Wallet Hub. Was it Wallet Hub? I think it was Wallet Hub. I'm going to make sure. I know I have put the list out there where we got this from because, it's important to know about your sources, guys. But if you're following us, of course, on Twitter and Instagram and all those places that we hang out, LinkedIn, of course, I'll put the link with you. But of course, if you are not reading our newsletter, you're missing out because all this data I will definitely share with our newsletter people so you can see the list and you can grow from it and learn from it and make decisions based on the data. I mean, it is what it is. So push up to Virginia, highest paying state, push up to South Dakota, who won the whole darn thing. Go figure. So again, now I will be here again. If you have any career questions for those who are watching live and those who catch me later, you can put them in the chat and I will respond. Of course, this is also on Twitter and LinkedIn and things of that nature. But also you can email me. Again, you could go to my website, tcenow.com. We have a contact page. But if you have a question, you can also submit it there or just email us at info@tcenow.com. And you never know, I might take one of your questions or something and make it into a conversation, maybe for a television interview or something that we're doing right here. Because if you've asked the question, 100 other people are thinking the same thing, okay? Are thinking the same thing. So again, I want to thank you all for being with us here today. Remember, 12 noon, live on YouTube. Catch me on Clubhouse. I'm Clubhousing, guys. I'm actually an Android beta tester on Clubhouse. So I've been up there a whole whopping 15 days now if I'm lucky. And we have a club called we have a club, Make Work Better. I'm all about this, just trying to make everything better on Monday. So check it out. I am going to do a Clubhouse at 1:00 today. I think I'm talking about stressful jobs. Maybe. I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but I will be on Clubhouse talking about something. So check us out in that conversation. I'm so glad us androids a year later are a part of that whole phenomenon. So you guys have a powerful week. Remember, don't get anxious, get prepared, make it powerful, make it purposeful, okay, and make it count. This is your season. And I'm here. I'm just a click away, tcenow.com. You can find me everywhere. And y'all have a wonderful week. And remember, always don't get anxious, get prepared. God bless you, and we will chat soon.